Greetings, my friends. It is I, Kolar the Unkilled, continuing on my quest to find the tree mod, which will have the honor of occupying a place in my load order. And thus today, we take a close look at Veydogolt, from Clofus, thundering Thumount to Clofus, whom is someone I have a great deal of respect for as a true Skyrim mod visionary. This mod actually being a compilation of a handful of other mod authors' tree models and textures combined into one, and was actually referred to me by a longtime subscriber of mine, and thus Thumount to Kit Writer for the recommendation. Thank you again, my friend. And now grab your beverage of choice, and let us commence the close look at Veydogolt. One thing that is immediately noticeable is, and in direct contrast, I might add, to Wigfrid's Skyrim tree replacer, which I reviewed last week, is, man, these trees are lush. I mean, one does not simply see through the canopy. Now, when I scrutinize the bark texture, as I always do when I look at tree mods, I can see that the texture from a distance is fairly good, fairly realistic. Now, upon closer inspection, the texture actually holds up. It does not completely fall right apart if you get up close to the tree, and I approve of this. Although, keep in mind, higher res textures do typically lead to higher file size, and often performance hits on the Xbox One in particular, which is something I'm noticing right now. My frame rate is a bit lower here than it normally would be. Now, keep in mind, though, my friends, I am running over 140 mods. I'm running over 140 mods on the Xbox, including a very heavy grass mod, landscapes, textures, almost everything graphical is touched. I have multiple followers, all of which are wearing modified armor and weapons, along with various textured faces, hair, and eyes, brows, and beards. Why is there a horse? I am one of those people who does not mind taking a performance hit as long as the game does not crash, if I'm trading off the quality of the graphics and the textures. If everything looks better from a distance and up close, I don't mind if my game slows down a bit, as long as it is not crashing, right? It has to be playable. You can decide for yourself then just how lore-friendly this forest is, or if you even care about such things at all. Bottom line is, does the Falkreath Forest look good? Well, I can say the answer is, at least according to what I have seen thus far, yes, indubitably. In fact, I believe it looks quite stellar. By the soup spoon of Iskramor, look at how beautiful the rift is, my friends. This looks amazing, but is it all good? Unfortunately, we have now reached that point in the video where I must admit that I have seen some things out here in the rift, my friends, that, quite frankly, disturb me. Allow me to elaborate. I'm seeing a lot of this. Jutting triangular branches with somewhat stretched textures attached haphazardly to hexagonal tree trunks. Oh, the horror! Now, the bark texture itself actually isn't too bad on the main trunks. But it's the polygonal look of things which I just cannot accept, unfortunately. I mean, it looks good. It looks so good until, or unless, you happen to get too close and then, ooh, this looks like it could cut my head right off if I were running too quickly, or perhaps riding through here on horseback. And it's not in just one or two places, my friends. It is abhorrently common with these particular tree models. The aspen-type trees, ones that are common to the Rift, and or if you use Autumn of Whiterun like I do, you're going to see this there in abundance as well. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Not for 265 megabytes. I must call it as I see it. There simply is no other way. For elsewise, it would not be a true close look. It would not be a true Kolar video. Just know that I intend no disrespect towards Clovis or any of the mod authors that had their hand in this otherwise glorious work of art. Let us set that bit of unpleasantness to the side for now, as we look upon the Reach for the first time. And I must say, at least from a distance, the Reach is looking as good as I have ever seen it look. Now, upon closer inspection... Wow, look at that bark texture. Very detailed, very realistic. Even when you get right up next to it, that is as good as, if not better, than any bark texture that I have seen on trees of the Reach. Here we have a slightly different colored model, a reddish version, with a different bark texture, which is equally as good. My friends, I believe the mod is trying to redeem itself here in the Reach, as this area tends to frequently get overlooked, often neglected. The Reach needs some love, my friends, and this mod has given the Reach that love, because these trees are looking quite fantastic. Let us not forget the snow trees, which from this particular vantage, right outside of Dawnstar, I do not have a problem with anything I'm seeing here. These snow trees are looking good. Do they hold up to closer inspection, however? These pines appear to be Vert's SFO models, which I have never had a problem with, and have always considered to be one of the better snow tree models. I still don't like how the snow appears to be plastered onto the trunk, even way up onto the trunk like it is here. Now this, I have no idea what kind of tree this is. The model is unfamiliar to me. But when I get close to it, the bark texture has a fine detail to it. And I don't really see any problems there. All in all, I would say that the snow areas are really looking rather good. In fact, possibly as good as I have seen them look. With this mod running, I am not coming up with much to complain about in this area. I am experiencing quite a bit of lag here in Morthal. Now, keep in mind, I am running Cities of the North, which, if you are familiar with the mod, makes extremely significant changes to the cities. Plus this area being very tree-heavy, and the Xbox, the poor Xbox1, has to put up with all of these things, right? We put it through so much. Oh, well. In extreme contrast to Wigfrid's Tree Replacer, it's so much more dense and lush, the trees. You cannot barely see through this swampy forest. Isn't this really more how it should be? Oh, yes. Look, we have tree models from all over Skyrim here. We've got the pines. We've got whatever that kind of tree is. Then we have these trees are from the Reach, and yet here they are in Morthal, contributing to the overall variety that we see. And I think it's great, my friends. This is as good as I have seen the Morthal swamp look. Imagine what it would look like if you also had the mod, what's the mod called that adds all the trees here? Oh, damn. Marshlands. It adds a plethora of trees to the Morthal swamp, making it an impenetrable tangle of trunks filled with spiders and spriggans and ruins and all sorts of things to discover. The Marshlands is a mod that I have used and loved in the past. I'm just imagining what it would be like to use that here with this tree mod. Would the Xbox even hold up? Would it even be up to the challenge? That might be a topic for a future video, but for now, my friends, the swamp is looking quite astounding. Oh yes. This is how it was supposed to be here. In conclusion, my friends, my final thoughts. Is this going to be the tree mod that has the honor of a... Oh, tits of Todd, what now? Can't you see I'm trying to make a damn video?
It may be dead now. Where did it come from?
Where was I? Oh, yes. So, unfortunately, this mod fell quite short in one particular area. And now, even if it didn't, though, quite honestly, my friends, the file size of 265 megabytes plus is prohibitively too large for what I wish to accomplish with my load order. So, the search continues for that tree mod, which will have its place of honor in my load order. My friends, I remain Kolar the Unkilled. I thank you for watching, and keep fighting the good fight.